Hey there, Kimberly Olson back for another episode of #GetLit, where we crush your business in less than 10 minutes. For today's episode, we're going to talk about one of my favorite platforms on social media, and that is Instagram. But we're specifically going to talk about how to make your stories sizzle with these 5 power moves. And I have a bonus tip. We're going to talk about Reels, okay? So we're really going to dig in. If you're wondering if you still need to focus on your stories, where it fits into your overall plan, and then some, stay tuned for this episode because we're going to crush your stories together. So we are going to make your stories sizzle with 5 power moves. So the first thing we want to think about when it comes to Instagram, when it comes to your overall strategy, is where do stories fit into all of this, right? Well, the first thing I want you to think about is your overall brand, okay? So I wanted to share my screen so you can look at mine. I would recommend going to Instagram and following me so you can see this in real time, the Gold Digger Girl, obviously. And what we want to think about is what kind of content we're putting out every day, how frequently we're putting out that content, and the types of content. So stories are not going away. They're still at the top of the newsfeed. You see those circles first when you're on the app. And there's also different components now to Instagram. So you absolutely want to play into the trends, meaning Reels is the biggest trend right now on Instagram. They've actually combined all video into the Reels tab. So even, let me show you an example. I went live and I went live and I had, really great traction during the live. After it was done, I saved it to my grid here. And there was 60 people who watched it. I just don't think I don't think they show a lot of people the replays of lives. Obviously the point is to be live. But my point is it's all on the feed with my other posts of Reels on here, okay? So you do want to play into that. I don't want you to think that this whole thing is telling you to go do stories and that's it. But I want you to think about your strategy. So are you really aesthetically making sure that your profile is cohesive, that your brand is on point? Also, don't forget that Instagram is very visual. I see people go to their platforms or their Instagram accounts and it's all Reels, and that works. I actually have a student in Accelerator. She has, I think, 200 and some thousand followers, and all she does is Reels. Okay, so you can do that. But I want you to think about your brand and your image. Does that make sense? Now, when it comes to stories, I want you to think about frequency. So posting, doing a reel, I recommend posting every day and doing a reel every day. If you can't commit to that, you can also repurpose over from Facebook for your post, right? And do a reel every single day if possible. And stories every single day. Okay, so we actually want to do stories every single day. The reason being is because when you do a story, and I'm going to give you some tips around this, when you do a story, you're actually going to put your account, your profile, your face, your visibility into the top of the newsfeed. So when someone is actually on Instagram and they're going to their home screen, right? What do you see at the top? You see people's pictures, okay? So that is not going away. You want that little circle to have it lit up, showing that you have recently posted a story within the last 24 hours, because you have to realize that that is prime real estate. Being at the top there, if someone opens the app and you're there, I can't stress that enough, okay? So what we want to do with our stories is, first thing we want to do, first power move, is we want to create set our stories up as a storybook. So if you think of, little books that maybe your kiddos you read to your kiddos, I should say your baby probably wasn't reading to you, but the books you read to your baby, the little ones, there's a few pages to the book, right? Stories are the same way. Instead of just saying, I love my magical coffee, which this is just normal coffee, but I love, my cool cup. Awesome. # really cool cup. Instead, tell a story about it, right? Like I have always loved, there's something just very comforting and a way to start my day with a cup of coffee on the back porch, and I can listen to the birds. And I also, I love something that's just means something to me. I remember why I had this cup made. Like I'm telling you a story about it, right? I love just this color here, this soft pink. I do, by the way, isn't this like the best? Kind of matches my dress. So I love this pink, and this is why I love this pink. It's feminine, but it's powerful, right? It's graceful, but it's got some grit to it. So you're going to tell a story. The reason why is because we want multiple stories in our story sequence. We don't want to just say #blast or, have one picture of you on a trip. Like, you want to tell a story. Okay. So you're going to have to learn how to do that. We do teach that inside of our programs, but you want a storybook. You want multiple stories for that one idea. Next tip is to post twice daily. The reason why we want to post twice daily is because it'll bump you back up into the newsfeed, back up at the top there where all the stories are featured, and you are way more likely to be pushed back up if you are posting more frequently. So it doesn't mean you're making stories all day long. It doesn't even mean you're having to worry about your stories during the day. When you sit down to make your stories, though, let's say you make 8 of them, just post 4 at a time and then post the other 4. Okay. You can also create evergreen content. If you look at my stories, you'll see frequently, and we put tips in there for everything from marketing to branding to mindset. We'll give you some tips on how to achieve those things. We can repurpose that content. It's not timely. It doesn't go away. I can reshare that down the road. Okay. So you can take content and create evergreen content that you can reuse and reuse and reuse. Okay. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to show yourself. Okay. So we want, of course, selfies, but we also want to make sure that we are taking video footage of ourselves and sharing it into our stories. Something as simple as, hey friends, hope you're doing awesome. I want to let you know I am blank. I am going live later today. I just dropped a new cool challenge inside of my Facebook group. If you want to pop in there, I had a thought today when I was running and I wanted to share it with you. You talking, you on video, huge for building up your know, like, and trust factor, and taking, something somewhat static with an Instagram grid and bringing it to life with your personality, and then seeing you, hearing you, and all the things that come with video. Okay. So you need to show yourself. I do have a selfies course. If you're not confident in front of a camera, you do need to grab that. It's a selfie superstar course. Okay. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to create curiosity. So instead of saying, my coffee is amazing and you need to buy it, you can say something like, oh my goodness, when I started drinking this coffee, not only has it given me, clean energy, no jitters, I skipped the mom naps, and I'm actually, I'm down a dress size. I'm so excited. Love this stuff. People are like, wait, what is it? Because I wasn't like, hi, you want to buy my coffee? Right? Tell why, what it's done for you, create curiosity, pique people's interest. And then the next tip that goes with it is make sure you're including a CTA. So the next slide could be something like, is your coffee magical? ? That's a CTA. It's a call to action. You're asking a question using the sticker feature inside of Instagram stories. You can do a poll, you can do a quiz, you can ask a question, right? You can just tell them to DM you. There's a lot of different things that you can do with that. Okay. So include a CTA when you're promoting your products, your service, your business opportunity, whatever that looks like. And then a bonus is to create reels, as we talked about, and share them into your story. So you can create a story. And also an extra bonus is whenever you post on Instagram, just as a regular post, hit the airplane button, and then you can share it into your stories, and it is clickable. So it can take story viewers back to your grid, back to your profile, which is what you want. And with reels, after you create the reel, there's an airplane button, as I mentioned, hit that. And then when you bring it in, you can either expand it to fill up the whole story shape so people can actually see the reel. But if they tap it, it's going to take them to the reels, which is phenomenal, because then they can comment, they can like it, they can see your other ones. Or you can keep it small and maybe, give a little click here, an arrow, something like that if you wanted to. I like to blow them up so it looks like a story in itself. And that's a really good way to give you content for your stories, and also to be able to drive people back to your grid. Oh, and another bonus, because I just can't help myself, is to repurpose your stories on Instagram over to Facebook at the same time, or vice versa, depending on your account type and if it works. If you have a business account or a creator account, you don't want to sync it up to your Facebook. I mean, it depends. It's not going to go to your personal profile. Personal Facebook profile only goes to Instagram personal profiles. Most of you watching this are probably business or creator. So just be mindful of that. It'll go to your business page. So don't automatically set it up, is my point. I have mine set that when I create on Instagram, it automatically saves to my camera roll. And then I just go over to Facebook and I upload it at the exact same time. Doesn't matter. It's better to just do it, get it done. You're on both platforms, and that we're not worrying about like, oh, did those people see it? Did those people see it? It doesn't matter. Okay. So implement this so you can get your stories to sizzle. If this was helpful, subscribe. Make sure you do that, or hit the likes button on our business page. It helps the channel. It helps my page so much. so I can continue to produce awesome YouTube trainings like this and get lit trainings, I should say. And then if you're inspired, please take a screenshot of you watching this and tag me in your stories. Tag me at the Goal Digger Girl. I would love to give you a shout out for that. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon.